everyone, welcome to another quick tip video for assignmentsofstamp.com. Today I want to give you some tips on how you can best use the A2 card curved edge die. This is one of our brand new dies, and I showed this in a video yesterday. If you want to see some more practical application, I'll have a link to it up here in the top corner. But today I wanted to share a tip with you on how you can best plan your card design so that you don't have any confusing moments when you're using this die. So my one suggestion to you would be to just sketch out your card shape. I've got some different shapes here, and as you notice that I've got the curved edge on the top right here. I've also got it on the right, the bottom, and on the left. And these two right here can also come down, and you can have the card where only the front is cut, so the back is going to have the squared edge. And then over here, only the front is cut, and so the back is going to have the bottom squared edge. So those are just some other options, you know, if you were thinking your card through. And of course, these are for portrait cards or the tall cards, but I could always just turn this right here, and then I've got my more landscape cards. So let's say I was going to do a landscape card. Now I'm going to try to think about where those folds would be most practical when I have those curved edges in those spots. So I'm going to take my marker here and just mark where those folds would best make sense. So on this one, the most obvious fold would be on the left side. So the card would open on this end and fold open. Does that make sense? So you could also have the fold at the top of the card, so it folds up. And that would make total sense as well. And you could definitely cut those with the die. On this one right here, it does have a bottom curved edge. So your card wouldn't be able to stand up on its own. If you did want to have that curved edge on the bottom, I would suggest doing this version where you only cut the front of the card. And in that case, the fold would only be on the very top. So it just folds open. However, if you didn't want to have it that way and you wanted to have the curved line on the bottom of the card, you could have the fold over on this side. You just have to make sure that you realize that your card would not stand up on its own. However, if you did want to have that on the bottom there, you could turn the card around, have the curve at the top, and then just flip the card over and have the other side be the front. And in that case, the fold would be on that side. But we'll get to that in a minute. That's this last one. Okay, so when you have the curved edge on the left side, your only real option is to have it on the top. You can't have it on this side because the card would open the wrong direction, but that's okay. That would kind of be this card up here, but just reflected. But in particular, if the front of the card has the curved line on the left side, your only option is the very top. This one down here is almost like this one up here when I turned it around. If you have the curved line on the very top, your folds are kind of limited to this one side right here. You can't really have it any other direction. So that's where all those folds would be. In this particular example, you probably wouldn't have one like this where it's coming out the side unless it was turned the other direction. So let's say you wanted that curved line, but you wanted it on this side up here. Just turn your card around and you would have the fold right there. Does that make sense? So when you're planning your card, just try to envision how it's going to fold open and make sure that that curved edge is not on the folded edge, and you'll probably be safe. So for example, I have a card here and it has the fold at the top. I can take my curved edge die and I could maybe put it at the bottom, and I could possibly put it at the side. Those are my two options. When I have the fold on the side right here, so it opens from here, I could have the same locations right here on the free end and then also at the top. When I have a long card and the fold is on this side, you have kind of the same options. You have the top, or you have the side, or you could actually have the bottom too. But I wouldn't recommend that because then your card doesn't stand up on its own. So I'm going to show you how to cut one of these really fast. And I'm doing this because I want to show you how it goes through the Big Shot machine. So you're going to fold your card, and I like to put this on my grid mat because that gives me a good reference point. But if you don't have a grid mat, and I used that in yesterday's video, so that's a good reference for that. But if you don't have a grid mat, you can get a ruler and just make two little marks on the edge of your card. And then when you place your die on here, just make sure that the die hits both of those pencil marks. And then you'll use a little bit of washi tape just to hold that down to your card. And I'll show you how it goes through the Big Shot machine. The die is 6 inches wide, so you can put it through your Big Shot machine a couple ways. You can have it go through this direction, or you can have it go through this direction. If you can, I like to have it go through where it'll be going, so it goes through on the short end of the die. So I'll just run that through. And in this case, I'm cutting both the front and the back of the card. So it's a really good idea to run this through once and then reverse and run it through again. That just makes sure it gets the front of the card and the back of the card. All right, so I've got that back there and then the front with my washi tape. There we go. And now I have my card with the curved edge around that side, and it opens up. I can also have it turned this direction, but just know that the card won't stand up on its own. So there are some tips for the A2 card curved edge die. Hope that takes some of the mystery out of it and how you can use it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.